Howdy fellow Sublimation peeps. In today's video we're going to be doing a classical Halloween favorite. We're going to be doing Hocus Pocus Tumblers. And I know you've probably seen this video on another channel. This just happens to be one of my big sellers of this time of the year. So yeah, we're going to do this. I don't care that somebody else has done a video with this exact same design. I'm okay with it because I think they did theirs in the oven anyway. But we're going to be using our Sublifun Tumbler Press here. As always, I'll include a link in the description where you can find it. And also tumblers. These happen to come from Condi. The part number on them is TUM217, and they come from Condi Systems or dietrans.com. And they turn out really nice. So I'm going to show you how to make this exact cup using the design from Etsy that you can find. And we're going to start right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the design we have. Let's go ahead and, I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger. Because it's just a real tight fit. And if you sub black on top of black, it's not such a big deal. So we're going to actually stretch it to 9.4 wide and 8.25 tall. That way it gives me a little bit more space, because these tumblers aren't perfectly, they're just, I don't know if they're the same size, I don't know. But we're going to be printing this on, and again, this image is available on Etsy. I'll drop a link in the description where you can find it. And we're printing it to our 7720 printer. Premium presentation mat high, of course mirrored, high speed off. Advanced ICM is what we're using. So we're going to go ahead and print that and let that roll. Alright guys, now that we have it prepped and ready, let's go ahead and get it cut. Don't need to do that. Alright, let's try to line it up the best we can. Get a nice good cut on that. That's kind of a bad cut. Kind of a bad cut. There we go. Perfect cut. Alright, now let's go ahead and wrap our tumbler. Get us some sub tape. 2 pieces to start. One on this end, one on the other end. Make sure we put it right face up. And wrap it. And there we go. Nice. Perfect overlap that time. Yeah. As long as there's some overlap, you're okay. You just want to make sure you got some kind of overlap. And then you want to just tape it on down. Usually I just do a couple pieces of tape, mainly just to hold it and everything. Really. Because the tumbler press is going to provide the actual pressure. Now I have a whole nother way of doing these in the oven. The shrink wrap method. But we'll be using the tumbler press. Because I feel like it's way easier and much more consistent. We got a little bit of gap everywhere. So we're good. We can go ahead and put this in the paper and roll with it. Alright guys, first thing first, we're going to go ahead and plug our tumbler press in. This is the Sublifun. I already have it set to the right pressure because I was just doing these tumblers a couple days ago. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. And we're going to go ahead and set it to 355. And we're going to do it for 60, turn it, and do it for another 60. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright guys, now that our tumbler press is getting to that magical 355 degrees that we set, we're going to go ahead and take our butcher paper. And all we're going to do, we're going to take that and we're going to put it in the butcher paper. And I'll show you why we do this in a minute. We're at 355. So we'll go ahead and put that guy in there. Make sure we're nice and centered, nothing hanging off. And we're going to go ahead and press it for 60 seconds. And then we're going to flip it and press it for 60 more. Super easy. Easy stuff. Alright, coming up on 20 seconds, we're going to do this without gloves. Obviously, we're not going to grab that. I'm going to show you the trick to doing this with no gloves. If you use butcher paper and it's long enough, this will totally work. We're just going to rotate it like, say 90 degrees. Alright, we're going to just take it. We're just going to push it. We're going to take it, and we're just going to rotate it 90 degrees. And then repress. And we're going to let it go for another 60 seconds, and then we're going to undo it. Alright guys, coming up on 20 seconds, we're going to go ahead and glove up. I really like these particular gloves, but I also like these red brick gloves. I feel like these red brick gloves are a lot more heat resistant, so I do one of each. I have one to hold and one to peel. So, here we go. Let's see what we actually got. There we go. Now we get it out of the heat, get it out of the oven press. And if that's any indication, that's a really good tumbler. And bada boop boop pow. We're going to set that over there to cool a little bit while we chill out. Because that thing is extremely hot. Now that it's cooled off a little bit, we're going to show you what it looks like up close. And you can see just how amazing that is. Yes, the line isn't perfect. Actually, a lot of that was tape residue. See the line, that's the line. You can see part of it where I cut the paper a little jank. But I mean, other than that, like, that's pretty top quality. That's pretty top quality. I'm 100% okay with that. I would 1,000% send that. I would not hesitate. So we'll let that cool and we'll do a final thought. Alright guys, so overall this looks absolutely amazing. This design is so good for a tumbler. The person on Etsy did a fantastic job. But just look at those results. Like, look how good that is. I mean, you can barely notice the tape line, if at all. Clean it up a little bit. Yeah, you can barely notice the tape line. Overall, man, these tumblers are insane. You can get them at Conde Systems. The part number for it is TUM217. Also, Heat Transfer Warehouse sells them as well as a million other places have these metal white tumblers. Nothing special at all, just sublimation ones. Like I said, I've got consistent quality from everywhere from Amazon, Heat Transfer Warehouse, Conde Systems. I'll include the links for the ones I use down below, and as well as the design, which is amazing, by the way. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a big old thumbs up. Boop the like button. Boop the subscribe button. Guys, I appreciate the love and support, and peace.